Hey, what's up, everybody? Pretty decent day yesterday again. Hit 5 appointments, 3 buys, 2 sells. I'm at 45 appointments for the month, and that's exactly where I wanted to be. I wanted to be between 45 and 50 by the 10th. And the reason by the 10th and 11th is these are two of my slow days this month, meaning I don't have much time to produce today or tomorrow. The other one is the 18th. I had already made plans, so for those days it's going to be a little bit slower, and so that's what you should try to plan for is what are your busy days? What are your heavy grinding days? What are your slow days? I was on a mastermind call this morning and we started to talk about a lot about mindset, and really that dictates everything. You can have the greatest skills in the world, you can be the best agent in the world, but if you don't have a mindset of winning and a mindset of going through challenges, it doesn't matter. And so there's been a lot of times in my career where I've had a pretty bad day. And how do you reset? So I'm going to go through that a little bit with you guys today. It's going to be a little bit corny. It's going to it's going to be different than most of our normal videos. So when I'm having a bad day, I'll go through an exercise that I've kind of called finding your totem, finding your power, remembering basically who you are. And so it's kind of a combination of a couple of different things. I'll either usually play acoustic music. So I use a lot of Westworld soundtrack, season two and season one, um, because it's either piano based, acoustic, or a whole orchestra. No words, a lot of it. So it kind of helps you relax and really be in the moment to where you're going with the next thing, which is what I'm doing is I will listen to that music and I will do what I call tactical breathing. There's a lot of people call it tactical breathing, where you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, you breathe out for 4 seconds, and you hold that for 4 seconds. And I'm just repeating that whole process this whole time. Usually 6 to 8 minutes of what I'm doing. And while I'm doing that breathing, you use memories. And so for me, I remember back to this particular high school wrestling match. And these memories should be times where you overcame something. They should be very emotionally charged. And you know you've hit a good connection when you can hear either your voice break or you start to tear up thinking about that. And they should be, positive as well. You don't want to be thinking about just negative reactions. So I think about this particular high school wrestling match. Came down to heavyweight. It was me versus this brick shithouse of a man. And so it was the fat, chubby kid versus basically Goliath. And so the match is tied. It comes down to us. The bleachers are packed. And I didn't think I could win. Nobody in the room thought we could, that I could win. And it was a tough match. So your mind remembers two things the most: violence or sex. And that's not my words. That's words of a psychologist. And so this is a very, very violent match. I had multiple stops where I had cuts that needed to get stuff on them. I had really bad nosebleed because I got punched in the face during this match. And so my mind tends to remember it really well. It was also the only second time, that I saw my dad cry. So match goes on, multiple stops. I end up beating him by a major decision, which in a heavyweight match is a pretty big deal because we're not very quick. We don't really do a lot. We just kind of stand there and beat our chests usually. So uh, everything gets done, and I look up in the stands. My dad is crying, and it's the only second time I've ever seen him cry. And it's a good one because my voice is now shaking a little bit when I think about it. And so what I'll do is basically remember that match, do my tactical breathing. I'll either listen to acoustic music or I'll listen to a speech that's before a football game that this high school coach talks about, and I'll put it in the comments below. So for you guys, an exercise I've kind of brought Cody through is I want you to find one of your memories where you overcame something huge, where it was a really positive feeling, and basically concentrate on that feeling for a good amount of time, 6 to 10 minutes, while you're doing your tactical music or tactical breathing, excuse me. And what that allows me to do is it really gives me that mental reset and causes me to get a lot of that doubt in my mind out. And then I remember like, hey, this is who you are. You're a winner. You're a champion. You've overcome a shitload of stuff in your past. And that's what I would challenge you guys to do. So if anybody needs me to walk them through that, I can do that on a call, something like that, or send you instructions as well. I'll put my totem in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you tomorrow.